I'm Angi Gonzalez with the New York 1 Minute. Kyle Rittenhouse has been found not guilty on all counts after shooting 3 men and killing 2 of them during racial unrest in Kenosha, Wisconsin. President Biden putting out a response saying that while the decision has angered many in the country, quote, we must acknowledge that the jury has spoken. 2 people are dead and a 4-year-old is critically injured after a fire broke out at a Harlem apartment building earlier today. A CDC advisory board is recommending the use of a COVID booster shot by both Pfizer and Moderna and for all adults now, so anyone 18 years or older will be able to get one. The House of Representatives has officially passed the Build Back Better Act. Among the provisions in the bill, child care assistance for New Yorkers and others across the country. The bill heads to the Senate. And the annual New York Botanical Gardens Holiday Train Show is back for its 30th year. Details of our top stories are coming up, but first, a quick check of the forecast.
A meteorologist, John Devin. We are tracking a November chill. We've got some strong winds in town right now. We've got winds near 20 miles per hour at Throgs Neck. That's making the temperatures in the 30s and 40s feel close to the freezing mark, so be ready to bundle up. Radar is clear, and that will be the case tomorrow. It's a dry day. Woodside, look for a high of about 46 degrees. Tomorrow, the winds will not be as strong as they were today. Looking ahead to tomorrow night, clouds move in. We'll see some rain here in the city Sunday night and Monday through noontime. The Thanksgiving outlook is dry and cool. Kyle
Rittenhouse is now a free man.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
The Wisconsin jury found the teen not guilty on all counts after more than 24 hours of deliberations over 4 days. The 18-year-old could have gotten life in prison if convicted. His defense attorney says that Rittenhouse is now back at home in Illinois.
He has a huge sense of relief for what the jury did to him today. He wishes none of this would have ever happened. But as he said when he testified, he did not start this.
President Joe Biden released a statement saying, while the verdict in Kenosha will leave many Americans feeling angry and concerned, myself included, we must acknowledge that the jury has spoken. Meanwhile, here in the city, a rally was held at Barclays Center in reaction to the verdict. This was the scene where many Black Lives Matter protests took place last year. Protesters we spoke with said they're not surprised, but still disheartened and angry.
What this is going to do tonight, I don't know. I'm here in solidarity and sadness and in anger to share with my people, because we already saw this coming. We knew this was coming. We can't depend on justice and stolen land. It's not going to happen.
Mayor Bill de Blasio blasted the verdict, tweeting, "This verdict is disgusting and it sends a horrible message to this country. Where is the justice in this? We cannot let this go. We need stronger laws to stop violent extremism from within our own nation. Now is the time." An early morning fire in Harlem kills 2 people and injures 2 young children. 37-year-old Adiantu Nene Karuma was trapped in the building and did not survive. Less than 3 weeks ago, she gave birth to a boy. He and his 4-year-old sister were taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but are expected to survive. The victim moved to Harlem back in 2016 from her native Mali. 4 other residents and 2 firefighters were also hospitalized and are expected to survive, but an 81-year-old music teacher died in the blaze as well. Flames broke out just before 2 a.m. in a 3rd-floor apartment building on Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard, 1 floor below where the woman's family lived. The husband and father was not home at the time. He says he can't even begin to think of caring for his kids without his wife.
I love my wife. I very answered, she's a lovely wife. I'm gonna miss her for so long, and that's the situation. My life, is been changed.
The FDNY says that the fire door to the apartment was left open, and if it was closed, it would have minimized the heavy smoke conditions and could have actually saved lives. The cause is still under investigation, but arson has been ruled out. A man has been arraigned on murder charges related to a cold case in Brooklyn from back in 1996. 51-year-old Bienvenido Rodriguez is charged with fatally stabbing a romantic rival in Bushwick. He was extradited from his native Dominican Republic. Authorities say that Giovanni Malpica, who was 21 years old at the time, struck Rodriguez in the head after accusing him of dating his girlfriend. Rodriguez then allegedly stabbed Malpica several times, then fled to Chile shortly afterwards. He was later deported to the Dominican Republic. Authorities say that the break in the case came back in 2018 when police received a tip following a news report on the murder. A court appearance today for a man charged with rape after a woman was attacked in Central Park last week. The charges against 25-year-old Paulie Velez also include robbery, strangulation, and assault. Police say that Velez has a prior record for petty larceny. Since last Thursday's attack, the NYPD has increased its presence in the park and added some additional lighting. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York is one of the most powerful law enforcement positions in the entire country, but the job had never been held by a black person until now. Friday was the ceremonial swearing in of Damian Williams, and a host of prominent New Yorkers were there to celebrate the moment. Our Bobby Kuza filed this report. Everyone 18 years and older is now eligible to receive a COVID-19 booster shot. You can get either the Pfizer or Moderna booster 6 months after your last dose. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky signed off on the expert panel's recommendation. All 11 advisors unanimously voted in favor. The CDC is also urging people 50 and older who haven't gotten their booster shot to get it now to hopefully fend off a winter surge of coronavirus. And they're still urging anyone who hasn't been vaccinated yet at all to get the shot. Currently, more than 80% of adults in New York are fully vaccinated. About 90% of everyone else has at least one dose. New numbers show the positivity rate in the city is currently at 1.47%, which is slightly up from last week. Officials are concerned that the cold weather combined with the large indoor holiday gatherings we're expecting could cause a spike in those numbers. The Centers for Disease Control say that pregnant women with COVID-19 have greater chances of having a stillbirth compared to uninfected women. The CDC studied more than 1 million deliveries that took place nationwide from March of 2020 through September of 2021. There were 8,000 stillbirths among them. But for women with COVID, about 1 in 80 deliveries were stillborn. That's compared to about 1 in 155 among the uninfected. This study did not include information on how many of those in the study were vaccinated. Schools serving students with the most intensive special needs say that they are facing a staffing crisis due to state funding shortfalls, but Governor Kathy Hochul can help alleviate it with the stroke of her pen. New York One education reporter Jillian Jorgensen has a look at how the staffing crunch is affecting one Staten Island school. President Joe Biden's sweeping social spending plan overcomes a key hurdle on Capitol Hill. House Democrats passing the Build Back Better Act on Friday morning following an hours-long delay by Republicans. Washington Bureau reporter Kevin Fry looks at what comes next. Black Friday is now 1 week away, but officials hope that New Yorkers will also help mom and pop shops on Small Business Saturday, which is November the 27th. On Sundays, In Focus with Cheryl Wills, business owners explain why they are still struggling and they hope to turn things around this holiday shopping season.
It's all the more important this year. The whole idea is just to remind folks, everybody starts shopping and getting ready for the holidays usually after Thanksgiving. This is just a day to remind people that, you can shop at the big stores, but don't forget the little guys too, who just desperately need it this year.
To watch the full conversation, make sure to tune in Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Get-togethers this holiday season are going to be accompanied by sticker shock. The American Farm Bureau estimates that a Thanksgiving dinner for 10 is going to cost an average of $53.31. That's an increase of 14% over last year. Spectrum News reporter Samantha Joe Roth takes a closer look at why costs are up and what you can do about it. President Biden serves up his first Thanksgiving pardon.
It was the power vested in me as President of the United States. I pardon you. I pardon you this Thanksgiving. Go ahead, say something. There you go.
Right on cue. The turkey pardon is an annual tradition, of course, at the White House. This year's birds, there are 2 of them. They are named, what else but peanut butter and jelly. They were raised in Jasper, Indiana, and the president joked that they were chosen based on their temperament, appearance, and vaccination status.
Yes, instead of getting basted, these 2 turkeys are getting boosted.
Well, the birds are now going to go back to Indiana, where they're going to live out their days at Purdue University's Animal Science and Research Center. Saturday is the night that the Islanders and their fans have waited a long time for. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held Friday for their new home, the UBS Arena at Belmont Park, which opens Saturday. The $1.1 billion arena can seat 19,000 people for concerts and more than 17,000 for hockey. Arena officials hope that the facility is going to be carbon neutral before 2024, the first arena to do so on the East Coast.
After a pandemic, I think we're going to enjoy the elbow room, the spacious corridors, the chance to breathe a little bit, to have world-class food and experiences. So as much as we love the history of the past, this is the future. This is where the beloved Islanders belong.
This is an historic day for the Islanders organization. This world-class venue, UBS Arena, will be a destination for the surrounding region to take pride in.
The team held its first practice there on Thursday. The Islanders were forced to open the season on a 13-game road trip while the finishing touches were made on the arena. Their opponent will be the Calgary Flames. Game time is just after 7. Harry Styles is going to be headlining at the arena for its first concert next weekend. The Mets have officially introduced Billy Epler as the team's new general manager. The 46-year-old was the Angels GM from 2015 to 2020. Before that, he was the assistant general manager for the Yankees. He says that he's excited to be here and can't wait to get started.
To the fans, we have a sizable list of things to do right now, from a managerial hire to coaching staff hires to free agency and trade market. We're going to kick it into high gear as soon as we actually wrap up here today.
He replaces interim GM Zach Scott, who was let go following a DUI arrest. The Blue Man Group is celebrating 30 years at the Astor Place Theater. The avant-garde theater troupe has gone from a New York City mainstay to a worldwide phenomenon. Our Frank DeLella spoke with the 3 original Blue Men about just how far they've come. Wynton Marsalis and Jazz at Lincoln Center is finally back. Our Stephanie Simon was lucky enough to hang out with Marsalis during a rehearsal session. She also went on a trip down memory lane with him. Check it out. Broadway play Chicken and Biscuits is going to hold its first performance tonight in more than a week after shutting down due to breakthrough COVID cases. The show also announced that due to the financial impact of those canceled shows, it's going to hold its final performance on Sunday, the 28th. Chicken and Biscuits is a comedy that follows the members of an extended family as they reunite for a funeral. It features Norm Lewis and Michael Urie, as well as more than 30 people making their Broadway debuts. In a statement, producers said in part, this production has brought so much joy into our lives during a very challenging time. We witnessed firsthand the delights, surprises, laughter, and representation it bestowed upon a diverse and welcoming audience. Calling all train fans, the New York Botanical Gardens Holiday Train Show is back. The annual tradition returns for its 30th year at the famous garden in the Bronx. The show features model trains traveling through more than 175 New York landmarks, including the Statue of Liberty, Yankee Stadium, Rockefeller Center, and more. The miniature buildings are recreated with natural materials, things like pine cones, acorns, and bark. The show runs from this weekend through Sunday, January the 23rd of 2022. For tickets, just go to their website, nybg.org. That does it for this half hour of news. Shannon Ferry and Rocco Vertuccio are going to be back in just a couple of minutes with all the latest on your top stories, plus your weather on the ones.